up? What's crackling? What's going down? What's up? How y'all doing, man? How y'all modulating on this Monday? You know what I mean? Modulating Monday. What? Hey, like I told you, you know what I'm saying? It's first day of the week, especially people in corporate America, they understand what a Monday is, right? So I'm just here, you know what I'm saying, on Monday evening, trying to give you a vibe, you know what I mean? Just doing what I can. Uh, um, my episodes on Monday are dedicated to the sports, to the craft of the sports. So that's what we're gonna talk about. That's how I'm gonna keep it. You know what I'm saying? So it's yo, what's up, man? Welcome, man. 800 stiz hours, baby. Blessed. I'm blessed. You know what I'm saying? God in man form. And the prophet de jour, baby. The prophet de jour, baby. Nah, but what's up, man? Hey, man, welcome to the show, man. I'm loving it. Got two little episodes for you. You know what I'm saying? My sports show tonight, and then my Thursday. You know what I'm saying? Love. You know what I'm saying? And talk. You know what I mean? Let me stop acting like that, cause I'm, you know what I mean. On Thursday, I'm coming at the ladies. You know what I'm saying? I told y'all, I gave y'all 30 days. Now I'm about to start putting my boys on. You know what I'm saying? My kids about to get that information. You know what I mean? So yeah, and I love it. I love it. I love this. Um, I take a moment to pay respects. You know what I'm saying, to this video medium. You know what I'm saying? Like I believed in what was the future of the introduction of the internet. I saw how it just grasped, and to be at a level right now where you can reach and conversate to people every single day, with masses. You know what I'm saying? No matter how big it is. You know what I'm saying? Eventually, ideally, you want it to be like huge, but overall, just to be able to give information to a multitude of people. You know what I'm saying? These are multitude. Come on now, I'm using the words. You know what I'm saying? I'm using the God language. You know what I mean? That's how I speak. I speak that God language. You know what I mean? I was around enough gods. I got enough God language now. You know what I'm saying? I know how the gods talk. You know, and that's one of the first 10. You know me, my daily affirmations, man. You know I got to come with them daily affirmations, but that's one of the things. Um, I really think about, um, the God language, right? The God aspect, right? And I understand it. I get it. I certainly do get it, because I do understand how people could be like, oh, why do you talk about gods and stuff like that? And people that are really behind the religion of things, and they get upset when you talk about that, right? Well, and I told y'all I'm eventually have shows like that where, I can kind of give you the breakdown of those things and the knowledge that I've learned. But overall, um, just to kind of understand a concept of what when it was written, right? Because we're reading scriptures and things like that that tell us these things, right? People in history, they didn't talk like how we talk. They didn't talk like how I'm talking right now, saying a lot of words, right? That's why English language is what it is, because these words are very descriptive. They tell you, and so back in the day, and this is what makes me think of, you know what I'm saying? I think of LeBron James, right? I think of LeBron James, right? Um, so yeah. So look, my shows, hey, even my daily affirmation is going to be a little bit about basketball or sports or whatever it is, right? So I think about LeBron James. And I think about, what if you put LeBron James in a time machine and sent him back to, uh well, we can go back. We can go back to what, from records they talk about, at least 2-3 BC. You know what I'm saying? At least of what the people might have looked like back then. Send him back to that day, and watch. What do you think? What do you think they would call him? They called him. I'll tell you exactly what they would call him. They call him Zeus. That's exactly what they would call him. If LeBron James was put him in a vessel and send him back to 29. Somebody come home. Hey, put him in a time machine. Send him back to 2900, 3000 BC, and have him walk out of there. And what do you think they would say? They'd be like, man, he's a regular dude. No, they wouldn't say that. They'd be like, that's Zeus. So, and if you think about that, like, in that respect, you understand, especially with how, evolution, you know what I'm saying, has brought us to a place now to where it's so many people that are like, you can find a lot of people like that. Maybe not like to that extent, you know what I'm saying, but I can find a whole bunch of dudes You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Ready to ride out, man. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? But and if you think about in that respect, that's probably what the people back then were writing about. You know what I'm saying? A guy like LeBron James came walking through the neighborhood and it's like, well, that's Hercules. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? And now what we've done is, and this is the whole point I'm talking about, we've minimized it to think about, okay, well, I can't be like that. You know what I'm saying? Like all you gotta do is dedicate yourself, work out, be healthy, and the body automatically forms like that. You know what I'm saying? That's what they say. My brother told me one time, he's like, this is my natural form. I was like, hey, you know what I'm saying? I see. You know what I'm saying? And that's why some men have like a lot of strength and just inner strength, especially. So teaching young people how to find that inner strength, you know what I'm saying, and being able to relate to it and you know, it all circles back to what I was saying, the God language. You know what I'm saying? Like people talked in a different, held people with a different regard back then. You know what I'm saying? Like now we just look at it like it's normal. You know what I'm saying? Like you got to be able to recognize the inner diamond, the inner jewel of each individual, especially kids. You know what I'm saying? Going back into coaching, something that I take pride in myself. Each individual kid is a diamond, but right now they're a piece of coal. You know what I mean? Like or a pipe. You know what I mean? So when you put the pressure on them, you know what I'm saying? More than likely because of the God that's in us, you know what I'm saying? The way we was formed naturally, you put the pressure on us, we're gonna be diamonds. You know what I'm saying? So I think we look at it like if we can soften it up for them, you know, I think they turn into pipes that bust. But if we keep putting that pressure on them, you know what I mean? Eventually that diamond gonna come through. You know what I'm saying? So that's just, you know what I mean? That's um but yeah, I still think about that a lot though. I'd be like, yo, if you said LeBron James, I just think about that like for real. If you just said LeBron, just think about that for a second. LeBron James goes back in time machine, goes back to a period of time where it was like, I mean, 300. I mean, the 300 was like the dudes, right? The 300, it was like what happened? The 300, it was 300 that killed like 10,000. You know what I'm saying? It was like, hey, you know what I mean? Bronze, 300 bronze. You know what I'm saying? So hey, you know what I mean? That God language though, but it's innate in us. You know what I'm saying? So now speaking it and being able to pass the knowledge on of being able to broadcast that light, broadcast, you know what I'm saying? Information highway, broadcast, right? You know, stay with me, man. Go catch up one day, man. Stay with me, man. The prophet be speaking, man. But no, something else. Just in coaching in general, I think that a huge thing for me is consequences to decisions, and I think it's good for young people to know that there's consequences to their decisions. I think that's a big thing for them to grasp going out into the world. Is that for every decision, you know, there's a consequence. So and being able to understand that and take that, especially when they go to the college level, boy, you be getting consequences. You ain't know it was you. You be like, yo, we running because you be like, what I do? I said, I was there. You know what I'm saying? I know it's my turn to go. You know what I mean? Hey, but it be like that. So they gotta, young people gotta know that stuff. I was talking to a colleague of mine. We'll get into more of some of what some of my views and what I saw this weekend throughout the high school. But I was talking to a colleague of mine, and we were just watching some things, and I was like, "There's a lot of empty space not utilized on the basketball court." You know what I mean? Like um, balls on one side of the floor, literally on the other, either wing down to the corner, and in that small space, somebody has it in that small space, and then totally on the other side of the court are like two guys that are just at the 3 point line, chilling. You know what I'm saying? And if anybody knows me, you know what I'm saying, anybody that knows basketball, most likely the kids on the defense, the defense that's guarding those guys on the other side are on the midline, right? And the guys are just like either exchanging or just if they're moving, you know what I'm saying, they're just exchanging, but nobody's going to like the elbow, you know what I'm saying? Nobody's popping through to that little block, you know what I'm saying, flashing real quick. I mean, it's it's a lot of space. You know what I mean? I just thought that was kind of weird, especially like on fast breaks. I've talked about this before, especially on fast break. Like a guy go to the basket, but a guy get the rebound, kick it up to his guy, and then the guy is going to the basket. They're driving to the basket. They're probably about the same in between the half court and the 3-point line, somewhere around there. That I call that the dead zone. I call that the dead zone. So they both about right there. The dude without the ball go run over to the 3-point. and the guy with the ball probably has some good space. He probably all the way out by, you know what I'm saying? Hey, you know what I'm saying? At least elbow, you know what I'm saying? Head towards that elbow, taking that lane, right? Nope. This nigga drift all the way back to two. I'm like, run with him. Get two busies real quick. And that's another thing I thought about too. I want to. I'm trying to figure out a way to conversate with these young men about this, but we'll try to place it into a game with them on the court in practice or something. But what I was thinking about is just like, what I was gonna do is, you know what I'm saying? I was gonna be like, you know what I mean? Like, I literally was gonna ask them. I ain't gonna do it now, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm gonna save it for another time. You know what I mean? Because I know they're gonna forget. They're young. But anyways, so what I was gonna do is I was gonna say, look, I bet you I can make more shots than you. They're like, yeah, okay, all right, coach. I'm like, all right, cool. And I'll be like, all right, go. You can shoot from anywhere on the floor. All right, we can shoot from anywhere on the floor, anywhere. Like, all right, bet. You go down there, I'll go down here. All right, bet. Count. Do a countdown real quick. I look down there, and I guarantee you, I see him probably pulling up at the elbow, pulling up maybe 3, you know what I'm saying, or some kind of mid-range shot. I guarantee you. And then I would basically just look at him, and I'll walk over and I'll do a George Mikan drill. I literally do a George Mikan drill on you. And I don't get that. That's the small stuff that I be talking about, like something like that, George Mikan drill. Because what the George Mikan drill does is it's called what I call it. They call it learned behavior, right? So learned behavior. Your body, your mind, everything in you goes in learned behavior. It affects everything. So if you teaching your body get layups all day long, your body's gonna want to go and do a layup because it's a natural thing. You know what I'm saying? So you can tell the kids natural thing by basically what they go out there and just do. Or, you know, grab a ball, head out there and do what do they do? Most of them start shooting threes. Most likely that transitions to what you're probably going to get from on the court. And that layup thing, I'm telling you, man, that mid, I live there. I'll be like, yo, dude, wop or back cut, wop to the basket. Oh my God. That's why I be trying to tell kids. I was telling kids, I snapped on them one time. You know me, hey, Thailand TV, we tell the truth over here. So I snapped on them one time. I said, yo, look, we in the locker room. I said, yo, I dropped 40 on all y'all. They start. Young people funny, man. You got to give it up to young people because they funny. They sitting there looking like, I know they wanted, the good thing coach was there because I know they wanted to grab their phone and record it because I was snapping. I was like, you look, man, I'll drop 40 on y'all. But I meant it though. Like, right? Like in my colleagues laugh too, but when I think about it, if they ask anybody that they know, you know what I'm saying, I get buckets, right? And one of the things about me, not about getting buckets, is I was the type of guy I did everything. I did everything. I did all the little stuff that people didn't want to do. That's what made me better than a lot of people because I dove out of bounds for the loose ball. I D'd up the best player. You know what I'm saying? I met people at the backboard smashing your shit. You ain't getting no layup, especially not in my house. You know what I'm saying? Like I did all the dirty work. You know what I'm saying? And that's the difference between a lot of players is that the people that don't do the dirty work, them the ones that don't go where they want to go. You got to be willing to do the dirty work. You know what I'm saying? And in basketball, especially because football, you kind of get away with it a little bit because there's two sides to the ball. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you see what your boy going through. But as far as basketball, as long as your mindset is that of someone who's willing to work hard, 110% every time you're out there, everything else falls into place. Everything else will fall into place. You give all that energy, man. You give all. I was telling somebody one day about how energy works. just in terms of a shot, like taking a shot, right? And I tell people stick with your shot, right? If you stick with your shot goes up and down. You know what I'm saying, right? It's only the times when you take the shot and you go this way because now you take because energy. Like if I was to do like this right now, I create a push, right, of wind, right, of air. So energy is E equals MC squared, right? So if you jump straight up, somebody hits you, you can still come within your shit, right? It's only when you jump this way because now you're taking the energy that way, which can actually be affected more. Some of these kids don't understand those little, like the little things like that, right? And that's why I try to teach because that's that mental shit. You know what I'm saying? What I just broke down to y'all was like some little real mental shit. People don't think about that. They think about, you know what I'm saying? Oh, why did you say back cut? Why did you say midline? Why did you know what I'm saying? I get that and I understand that. But on the court is live. It's a lot different. On the court is a lot. It's alive out there. You can't. It has a heartbeat. It breathes. It changes. You know what I'm saying? And you can't. X's and O's can't win out there. They can help you. They can help you because one thing I've always done was I tell my kids about Dr. James Naismith, the man who created basketball, right? One of the things I teach my kids is that the reason why he created basketball was to take the ball and put it in the hole. That was the object of the game. Keep it simple. A layup is the same thing as any other shot. Oh, okay. You know somebody gonna say it, except for a 3-pointer or a free throw. I get it, but point being, I can get you. Matter of fact, even if you two talk about 3-pointers and 1-pointers, I can get you more of these than you can get 1-pointers. I can get you more of these than you can get me 3-pointers. And that's why I told them kids, I'll bust 40 on you. Y'all don't, you're soft rebounding, you're soft guarding the basket because somebody going to the basket, you give layups all the way. How is any kid going to ever argue with me busting 40 on them if they can't even guard the lane? I'm a lane dude. I was a slasher first before I used to shoot threes. I was a slasher on you. What? You ain't guarding the lane, and I rebound. I'll drop 40 on these kids, but I'm sorry I'm fantasizing on you. I'm sorry, y'all, but sometimes these kids be getting to me. I told y'all they funny, man. Oh man, nah, but yeah, utilize that space, man. Try to start utilizing that space, people. Oh, let me see. I want to talk about something for your love. Oh, to go. I want to talk about Isaiah Thomas. Historically, greatest Piston player ever. Isaiah Thomas said that he called out our athletes. He said he thinks that African American athletes need to do more to uplift their communities, and cited and used Muhammad Ali as an example. And I'm with that. I'm with that because I think that we got to get back to a place where we understand the abilities that we have now that our young people are starting to make money. You know what I'm saying? Now they're starting to get this money, and the decision. One thing I was thinking about, especially from the show that I had last week, and this is something that goes out to the young people, actually in particular, especially athletes, right? Because all this money that you guys are going to be able to start getting with this NIL. You got to realize that you're a commodity, right? And people are going to be at you. You know what I'm saying? And what you got to realize is they're going to hand money over to you. And the reason why they want to hand it to you, I spoke before about this, is that they want you to be even more of a consumer. What they don't want you to do is they don't want you to build communities. That's what they don't want you to do. And I'm just being for real. Like that's my show is dedicated to Thailand TV. So young people, I'm giving word to y'all and game to y'all. That's how it is. So when you can do things that uplift a community of people, like I said before, when I was my other show last week, when everybody eat, you eat more. You know what I'm saying? When your community all eat, you eat more. You know what I'm saying? So you get your plate, but now you starting to be like, damn, I'm getting more on my plate because everybody eating and you put everybody on. So everybody's gonna fuel whatever you do. And that's some game on game for the young folks. Because once we get back to that, y'all got all this knowledge, man. You know what I'm saying? Like it's coming at you at from all over the place. I told you about the information highway before that, but I do love Isaiah Thomas calling that out. You know what I mean? I think that's a good thing to speak on these young people because I seen it, man. I seen it twice when that pay gap jumped. So I've been around. You know what I'm saying? It's enough to see them the CBA. You know what I'm saying? Getting paid out over there. People like, who is this dude? You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, he got a check. But so stay with that knowledge, young people, please, man. If you have the opportunity to make your community better, it'll only make you better, and your legacy, if that's what you want to. My guy, man, this is my dude, man, for real. I mean, but you know, that was when I was like, you know, I was in the music scene, man. I was, saying, whatever, saying, just flows and just like artistic behavior, whatever. Jules Santana. I don't know if anybody knows Jules Santana. Arguably, one of the best members of Dipset, except for my guy Cameron. Yeah, Cameron. But anyways, Jules said, kids need to learn how to start businesses. They don't need to learn how to read. Sometimes this is what we got to do around here. Sometimes this is what we got to do around here on Thailand TV. Sometimes we got to give out shots. And it's okay. Everybody get them. So don't be upset. But Jules said that was the dumbest shit I ever heard in my life. That was like literally the dumbest shit I ever heard in my life. My man, you said everybody needs to learn a business, how to run a business, which is the top smartest stuff that anybody be saying. But to follow it up with saying that you don't need to know how to read, the reason why that makes that the dumbest statement is because those are polar opposites. Because in business, you have business law. And there are these things that's called contracts. Now, listen to me. I give out shots, I do. So yes, that was the dumbest shit that motherfucker ever said, quoted, right? But I think I understand your language. I understand God language now. So I do understand what you're trying to say. If we could go back to the barter system, then yes, then that would be correct. Because I think that the people who migrated and took over here forced this language upon us. Now we do contracts and all that stuff because they write them up the way they write them up. So I do feel you on that. But if we was at the barter system, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, it'd be just like word on word, which is, you don't need all that. You know what I'm saying? Especially men, that's how we roll. Yeah. All right. Yeah. Oh. That's it, right? You know what I'm saying? So, but right now, it doesn't work like that. And I think at this point in time, to tell people that it's important for them to have a business, but not understand what kind of business or what kind of agreements they're getting into, because you got to be able to read to make those agreements, especially nowadays with how contracts and agreements are drawn up. So, you know what I mean? That's, come on, man. You know what I mean? Got to speak it better so that people can understand what you're saying. You know what I'm saying? Because that comes off a little bit different than what you think it might have. You know what I'm saying? Especially because people don't know that kind of language. You know what I mean? So that's just a heads up. Let's see here. Even kind of going off of the whole you know what I'm saying? Like the whole idea of how basketball is changing and stuff like that. We talk about, there's a post here talked about 9 types of players in the NBA that really don't exist anymore. I'm talking about a whole. Most of these guys, most of these positions live in the area that I'm telling you doesn't exist anymore. They're even floating out to the three. You know what I'm saying? Or just hanging out over there or interchanging. You know what I'm saying? But these guys, these 9 players positions usually use that area. Enforcers like a Reggie Evans. That's where they were at all the time. Underside scoring PGs, Nate Robinson. Stretch only bigs, Ryan Anderson style. Pass first PGs, Rajon Rondo. Well, I made one. Defense only shooting guards, Tony Allen. You know what I'm saying? Guys that didn't just want to jack up size, they wanted to play D. Rebound focused bigs like Marcus Camby. You know what I'm saying? But he was a scorer. Marcus Camby was a scorer too now. Don't get him wrong now. You know what I'm saying? Especially coming from college. Don't get him wrong now. Low post power forward, Zach. Classic. Zach Randolph was a classic, man. Michigan State boy. I love. Hey, I go green, so hey, I'm always big up for my boys, man. Zach Randolph, this type of power forward, there's no, like I just told you, that area is not utilized. Iron Man who play 82 games, like Andre Miller, people that just every game, this low management stuff that they got coming out now. Kids where they at, man? Shit, man. These people pay all this money. You better get your ass in there and play 82 games. Come on, man. Hey, shout out to all my homies that hoop. You know what I'm saying? All my dudes in the hood that hoop. 82 games? Would you play 82 games for 22 million? Would you make sure that you play? If the contract says you have to play 82 games, but you get 22 million, would you? All my dudes like hoop. Come on, man. Ain't nobody doing that now. That's crazy. And then the last one, the mid-range only shooters like Sean Livingston. But this SGA actually is actually see it, and that's crazy because in a sense, Sean Livingston's game was kind of like I can see that. Wow, that's a good comparison because Sean Livingston's game was like SGA without the 3-pointer and going to the rack. He mid-ranged you all day. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Pull up. Hey, 1, 2, pull up. 1, pull up. That's how he did it. Hey, so and that's SGA, but SGA do a little bit more moves with his shit. He SGA more like a magician with his shit. You know what I'm saying? That's but no, the mid-range guy. Just talked about that. All of these, the area that I just started when I talked about basketball in the beginning was that area. It's not utilized, man. It's not utilized. So I love seeing that. Those 9 players. Hopefully people can get that in their head and start yeah, man. So time is it 10:30. Okay. So yeah, we going. I told y'all, man, I be trying to. I don't know if you remember, man, but I used to be doing the show. I think I used to have like two shows a day back when I first started. I had I got some material for you. I told you I got it all in the vault. It'll come out, but you know what I'm saying, having it down to like, you know what I'm saying, one hour a week now, 2 hours a week, trying to fill in all the information that I want to talk about and make sure I do have my little fun and do my little free for all. Thailand TV, man. You never know what you're gonna get on this show, man. It's just, beginning with my daily affirmations, and then we go into my topic of the day. Just a little sports talk. Today. I want to get into, a little bit of high school. Start with a little bit of high school. I'm talking a little bit. I'm gonna go all ranges tonight. We're gonna talk about all ranges tonight. So yeah, high school. I've seen a lot of good football at the high school level. I tried to jump on and watch a couple of games. I watched Lakefield South. I made a comment on Facebook about them and their offense. So it was peculiar that because my guy over there, I'll go over there. So I wanted to go and watch it, see what was up. Watching that formation. I think I'll put a post up about it. Watching that formation reminded me of our formation that we ran with our boys one year, and yeah, so that was kind of cool to see that. I watched St. Thomas. I saw them. That was a really good game. Um, I got my guy over there. You know what I'm saying? Um, and it's just like football ending this year. I told y'all about that already. So I'm kind of emotional about it right now. That's why it's kind of weird. Uh, but going through that last year, my son going through his last year. So, but I seen a lot of good football, and I really this year was my first year actually, like I said, just jumping on the NSPN TV, and watching, just randomly watch a game, and just kind of see. I mean, I've seen some really good football at the high school level in Minnesota. So, um, you know, it's great to see it. I mean, because I've always heard about the the Eden Prairies, um, the Wasekas. I've seen little things like that when they go to state, but they actually kind of jump on and watch some of their section games, and um, you know see some of the big guys. And sometimes when you see some of the big guys go down, man, it'd be like, you know what I mean? Like it'd be kind of crazy. There's a couple of games went to the wire, went down to the last play of the game within the red zone for the game winning TD. Yeah, so you know, it was a couple of games like that. So and that's dope. That's dope. I'm gonna miss it for my son. I might look to get involved in that next year. That's my goal, man. Like I said, I got my company coming out, Athletes in Crisis. But just to actually get involved with the players at the football level, on the football side, on the football program as well. And just to ensure that we just, keep things that are cohesive, everybody's on the same page, and just speak the different languages to the people, and first and foremost, speak the language of the children. And try to help build that program back up. So from whatever, holla at your boy. But hey, it's a little bit of a high school football talk. Yeah, we'll see, man. We'll see what's cracking over there, man. I'm gonna holla at my guys, see what's cracking. The basketball program at Apple Valley, man, just had this is crazy. The basketball program we just had on Saturday, we had a scrimmage. We had a scrimmage. We had 5 scrimmages. You know what I'm saying? We was popping it all. Hey, but we was balling, man. We balled for like 7 hours the other day, bro. Hey, we balled for like 7 hours, dog. I was like, dang, I felt like back in the day, I don't know, all my South Siders remember we used to go to Blaisdell. We used to probably go downtown, you know what I'm saying? Or we go to Blaisdell, and then we go to King, and then we be in King all night, all day long. You know what I'm saying? On a Saturday. You know what I mean? So yeah, man. It was fun. I think it was fun. My back was hurt because I'm old, you know what I mean? I'm grown. I know I'm grown. I'm grown king. But my back was hurt, man, from all that, man. We had 5 games, scrimmages, and then at the end of the night we had a jamboree with versus Henry. Camden. Then we gotta go at Camden. You know what I'm saying? Man, but that was dope though. I mean, it was a good time. Seen a lot of that's why I love this time of the year. I tell people all the time, like a fish without water when the high school basketball season isn't on, and when it starts, you know what I'm saying, I'm back in my element. So I love this, man. I love this time of the year, seeing some people, man, seeing faces, seeing everybody back in the programs, back in their positions, reffing, coaching, players growing up. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is dope. This is what I live for right here. This high school basketball thing, this is what I live for right here. You know what I'm saying? Because I think, like I tell people all the time, this was the funnest time. You know what I'm saying, with my guys, man. I made a lot of real, no ulterior motive friends. You know what I'm saying, at the high school level, and I think that the young people deserve that opportunity to build those kind of friendships and legacies. And we got to. It's good to push the competition, but I think we got to push the competition in a way that they remember that they're doing it together. right? Because it gets to a point sometimes where they compete more within themselves than they do other people. If they're competing with each other at a level and they're going out into the world or into the to other games and they're doing it 2 times more to the competition, I have no problem with them picking on each other. But until you come at it like, what I'm saying, y'all fight everybody else more than you fight your own brother, then what I'm saying. And that's with anything. That's with my brothers, my colleagues, everybody. If you barking your shit more than you actually putting forth, what I'm saying, don't be mad when you get called out. And I think that should be universal. What I'm saying, all over, especially with us with the fraternity of brotherhood that we in, the coaching world. You know what I'm saying? People that are mentors to young people. We got to be on the same page. You know what I'm saying? The same page of respect. And the high school level is a good way to still have that. You know what I'm saying? Because as soon as we pass them off into the college level, and it's trickling down. I told you about NIL. It's trickling down. So this is the last dance. The high school level is the last dance for us to get them and teach them the actual essence of the team sport, right? It's the last time, because once they go off from us, now I tell people this all the time. When you become, I told y'all earlier, when they become 18, they become your business. We understand that, but before then, let's learn how to play. Let's learn how to play team ball real quick. Let's learn how to play together. Let's win together. Get this championship. And then when I go off, what I'm saying, over to this motherfucking college, bro, it'll be all motherfucking chain. They can fuck everybody. You know what I'm saying? That's how you got to be. Go get that money. Young dudes know what I'm talking about, man. And that's why I love the college level, because you can talk to them like that. You can tell them to go get it. You know what I mean? Because at least for a while, they'll be on it. They'll be on that level where they're just going to get it. They die out. They may fall in love and change all that. But for right now, they just like, I got to go get it. I got to get this money. Go get this money. As I don't try, I'm about to go get it. Get it. And it'll change, but at least for right now, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, why not? Why not have that mentality? Just go get it. Just go get it. Just go get it. You know what I'm saying? Every day, just go get it, right? Because how do you be great? You be good every single motherfucking day. You know what I'm saying? And the high school's the only time we see that. But we got to figure out something too at the high school level for basketball. We got to get these guys to move, man. They got to, and I get it. I see a lot of shots, man. Hey, hey, man, these young dudes are firing. Hey, man. Hey, man. Hey, this opening weekend, man. I'm telling you, hey, man. I'm seeing like everybody, 1 foot over the half court line. Everybody, bow. Everybody. I'm like, yo. I'm like, dang, man. But they was hitting. I know. I always get on 3-point shooting. I think my main thing is, like I said, utilizing the floor and trying to get as easy baskets as you can. But but if dudes is splashing, that might be the game. That might be the style we play tonight. Because, like I said, man, there's a couple teams, man. I see they just splash. Dang. But that's how it's going right now. Like I told y'all before, you know what I'm saying, everybody utilizing that. But if it's not going like that, get easy baskets, man. Watch the ball go through the hole as many times as you can before you figure out where that rim's at, and then you can let the thing fly. But boy, they was letting that thing fly, bro, this weekend. I know, because I seen a whole bunch of games. We played 5. We played 5 in the daytime, 1 at night. Seen a whole bunch of games, man. Man, I love it though. I love this high school thing, man. Yeah, so 39. Okay, I'm doing good. I think I'm doing good. Okay, so 39. We're good. So college. Let's switch over to college real quick. We're just gonna touch on college. You know what I'm saying? I told y'all before, go green. Michigan State got the best dunker, and I know Jay Rich. And I love me. I'm a biased type of person. Like, deep down in my heart, I'm like a biased person. Like for real. Like my dudes, because I know dudes that get it done. You know what I'm saying? Like my dudes get it done. You know what I'm saying? So I know Jay Rich, right? And besides Vince, everybody know that. But besides that, you know what I'm saying? Especially coming out of Michigan State. You know what I mean? Jay Rich like that dude. But Jay Rich, man. This boy Cohen Carr, this dude got to be the illest dunker ever. Dude, he got to be the illest dunker ever. If he make it to the league, his first dunk contest, I'm telling you, you're going to see some dunks that we ain't never seen. This dude is that dude. Like that. When they come up there, like, remember the movie Air Up There? Like that. Like I'm talking about like a person who walks on the ground. I'm talking about that God language. I speak that God language. It sounds weird to you, I know. If you listen to it, blessings. If you don't, it wasn't meant for you, okay? I apologize. You know what I'm saying? You don't understand. Hey, he Air Up There. He talk a different language. He lives up there. You know what I'm saying? We live down here. Cohen Carr lives up there. You know what I'm saying? There's only a few. Vince Carter, they can have a conversation and some stuff we don't know because they live up there. You know what I'm saying? I'm telling you, Jay Rich, they can talk some different language. We ain't been up there before. I mean, well, nah. I was up there. I've been up there a few times. You don't get twisted. Yeah, I've been up there a few times, but that's a different language, man. And he got Tom Izzo got one of the illest dudes. And his team is nice, man. Just to kind of be biased about college. That's why I said I'm gonna keep it simple. You know what I'm saying? I think that he got one of the illest teams he's had ever. I think mainly they got a PG that's nice. Their point guard is really he's a point guard. He's a real point guard. He moves like a point guard. His first thought is always passing, looking for his open man. He's always looking. He can literally dribble to the elbow. He'll go off a screen, dribble to the elbow, stop, pull up the ball like this. Think I'm lying? Watch tape, bro. I watch tape, bro. That's why. Your boy became a coach over in Miami. He watched tape. Watch him. Watching tape, people can become, boy, they be the illest coaches because they watch film every freaking minute. I watch you do everything you do. He'll dribble to the elbow, bow, pull that mug up. And you think I'm lying? Watch it. He'll pull it up and go, you're not open. You're not open. You're not open. You open. Layup. You think I'm lying? I'm lying. At each one, he'll give him a everybody jumping. Everybody, two people coming at him. Bow. Chop, layup. Point guards, and I was telling my colleague the other day, I said, look, man, we can't, it's difficult. It's more difficult to try to make a shooting guard or a combo guard be a point guard because all their life, all they've ever thought about is shot first. That's all they thought about is how can I score? How can you teach them to teach you? It takes too long to teach. It takes at least 1-2 seasons. And if you ain't taught them that in 1-2 seasons, it's not innate in them anymore. Their first thought is going to be survival. I got to go get a bucket, no matter what. To be a point guard, you have to think about how can I make somebody else eat? Who else want to eat? Who else hungry? That's how point guards think. Who want to eat? How can I feed you, my nigga? Bam, here you go. Boom, here you go. Oh, here you go. Here you go. Here you go. That's how point guards think. And this dude fears, man, Layup. I'm telling you, Tom got a good team right now, man. It's got two big men that play like big men to play. I want to give a shout out to Daniel Freitag. I hollered about Terrence Brown TV and his play, but Daniel Freitag is really, really, really holding it down. Minnesota, man, we crack off, man. We's a mecca, bro. I've been telling. Sometimes it hurts your head because this is why it hurts my head, because now my head is going back into time when I was telling y'all what it was before. And I'm like, I already lived that moment. You know what I'm saying? Minnesota's a mecca, bro. We got the That's why I'm trying to teach people and teach my colleagues how to teach good basketball, good football, how to teach these kids how to push the most they can, because this is a moment right now where we can fuel the United States. We can push so many kids into these institutions so that they understand the language that those people speak. Because that's why they cost so much money, because that's where they teach the language where they speak. They don't teach that shit in schools with our kids. That's why it's free. We just teach you random crazy stuff. That's why you need to learn how to read. That's why you need to learn how to do math. That's why you need to go to a college. There was a period of time where I used to see so many commercials about going, and I think they still sell them out there too, about going to trade school, which is cool. But it was like anything you gotta understand, anything that they push and advertise in the media is not good. And the reason why is because they rather us go and get these businesses and start these companies as entrepreneurs and not know how to read contracts and not know how to understand business law. You go to the universities, that's where they teach that language. That's the language that they know. That's the language that they talk. That's English. Like, they know that stuff, bro. Like, they talk that stuff that's going around. Our kids need to learn that. They need to go to colleges. We need to push as many as we can into these colleges to learn that information. We got to. And that's why I push so hard at the high school level for these young people to be the best they could be, so that especially in Minnesota and bias-wise at Apple Valley High School in particular, I want those kids to come out of there and be the best version of themselves. The best version of themselves. I don't know. I can't control. That's being an adult. I can't control kids when they get to college or when they become adults, because that's their life. They're choosing and making their pathway. And matter of fact, their coaches and their teammates have more effect in their lives. I was speaking to somebody before about this. At that point in time, who they hang with and what they're doing, and becomes more effective. And sometimes even the coaches that they're with become more of an effective person in the kids' lives. So, like I said, having them in high school is the best that we can do. But yeah, back to Daniel Freitag. The boy balling, man. He got Daniel, but that's the thing though. Daniel, this is what I talk about, being the best version. Like, he's a great. That's why I'm glad I got him on my topic for today, because that's a great example. He's a great example of what I'm talking about. Like, he got a swag to him. He got his own podcast. He got his own show he put on. He got his own clothing line. So, you know what I'm saying? He got his own camp. That's the mentality that you have to be on in this world, though. You do. And you can see it too now in his game, at the D1 level, and it's very apparent how quick, crafty, how he can manipulate the ball and how he can affect the game. That's what I'm seeing from a lot of our Minnesota kids that are out there right now, how they affect the game. I think that's a big thing for me, is how people make the game change, right? If someone's out there doing whatever, but the other team's coming down scoring right after they score, then it's like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, you're really not affecting the game, but how are the things that you're doing affecting that score on the board, right? I think that's one of the biggest things for me. And Daniel Freitag is doing that shit, and he's getting off, man. You know what I'm saying? So I appreciate that, because I've watched the dude ever since he was back at Jefferson. You know what I'm saying? I remember when he was at Jefferson, man. We put our football team, man. I was on the field. I was yelling at the football team. You know what I'm saying? I was telling them, crack them ball. I was like, keep hitting them. I was like, hey, my bad. So I'm gonna tell the story for real. You know me, Daniel. I'm gonna tell the story for real. This is what happened when you played Apple Valley in the section finals. I kept telling him, I said, yo, they're gonna keep giving it to him every single time, hit him. You know what I'm saying? I was like, keep hitting him. I was like, he ain't gonna keep going every single time. If you keep running, you keep getting hit, you ain't gonna go every single time. And sure enough, my man, hey, I gotta tell it how it is. I'm telling that TV, everybody get it. But hey, you know what I'm saying? You have to, hey, about third quarter, sure enough, you was like, hey man, look. And that's the only reason why we won. So, hey man, look, I apologize for passing my knowledge on to the team of how to get you, but this is how I roll. You know what I mean? Welcome to Tyler TV, my brother. But you've been killing it, dog. Keep doing what you're doing. Blessings to you, man, and have fun out there, man. I can see it in your eyes, man, and that's the dopest shit ever. So that's why I love the fact that when you had my son come to your camp, just to kind of be around what you do and see that. And you know, I give love to, man. I give flowers before people leave, man. Have them now. Get your flowers now, brother, because I love the way you got your swag moving, man. I holler back, though. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man, let's talk a little bit about NFL. We're going to talk just a little bit about the NFL, man. Just a little bit about the NFL, bro. Just a little bit about the NFL, bro. Just a little bit about the NFL. The Vikings, man. That's my team. 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 Can't nobody say that's my team. Vikings is my team. I'm gonna ride with them, man. See, that's why I say it again and again and again, because I wanted to clarify. So there ain't no motherfucking jumping into justifications for any changes or anything somebody trying to accuse me for. You know what I'm saying? Vikings is my team. Okay? I'm a Minnesota dude, except for Michigan State. But otherwise, Minnesota dude. You know what I'm saying? And it felt this week was like, all right, yeah, I figured this. You know what I'm saying? But last week hurt the most. I don't know, man. I told y'all. Matter of fact, I went on the show last week and I talked about. I gave JJ props, but now it's like JJ, man. You're not stepping up. You're really not stepping up. I think at the time, and my thing is this: it's a need. It's a need base, right? If you could play around, and we had, which we should have, bad decision from front office. We should have better options in reserve for situations like this, but we don't. I feel because of that weight being put on you, you should have said something. You should be like, "Hey, man, I need Donald. I need somebody back there, bro." Not thinking like, "Oh, I'm," because you out there flopping right now. You know what I'm saying? We need better right now. Especially, my thing is, you have the number one receiver this year, but you have one of the most illest receivers on your team. And yeah, you get them, you get it in, you get it done, but it's not good enough, my brother. It's not good enough. And at a point in time where we're at right now, with games that are so important to us, especially the last two. So if we got one of the two, cool. All right, it's Green Bay. We know you can't handle. we know you can't. I knew that. I knew you can't handle Green Bay at Green Bay. We knew that. We knew you can't handle that. You know what I'm saying? How you threw it back to how you did. And you got to take you in the room, war room, to sit down. Who's sitting down with him? Is somebody sitting down with him watching tape? Who's watching tape with him? Who's the player development coach, dog? Boy, that's what the guys do, man. But he got to figure it out, man, because JJ mad, bro. The other JJ mad, bro. The real JJ, he mad. He mad, bro. And I would be too. I mean, you show a little bit of light. I gave you props on that last week. But it's just, you're throwing it to the wrong people in the wrong jerseys. You're throwing it to the wrong people in the wrong jerseys, man. That's the problem. That's really the problem, right? If we can take that out, and I can't go at him so hard as to the fact that we lost last week's game with defense, second team, special teams, and defense. That's whose fault it was. Really, that's who the loss was. Because McCarthy, he came down, did his thing, got us the dub. It was a dub. We had the dub. Special teams just threw it away. And then we come down this week and nobody playing. And that's the thing too, man. You as a quarterback, you got to understand, because we all know how people grade the quarterback position. We know how severely the quarterback position is kept. It's a cult. Quarterback position is a cult. You can't. It's difficult to crack. Whoo, they ain't even believe. There was do you know there was a period of time where they literally talked about there's no way a black person could be a black athlete could be a quarterback. There was no way. There's no way. They even said it like because his mind can't think. There was somebody that said I watch. Hey man, look it up somewhere on there. You heard it. Watched the movie, seen it, filmed somewhere, read it, something. Somebody said it. They can't do it. They can't think like that. So why do you think Shedeur is going through what he's going through? The I told you. He's at the I told you so phase right now. Him and his daddy. Him and his daddy is at the I told you so phase right now. Feels good to be there. Feels good. It definitely feels good to be at the I told you so phase. Had that shit. Because he's actually having an opportunity that they never thought he'd be ready for. Just put him in the game, coach. And he showed some really good playmaking ability. I think that's a huge thing. Because you know how it is, especially the analyticals of it, the X's and O's. People go down to can he stay in the pocket? He can't stay in the pocket. They'll try to talk about footwork. Try to talk about accuracy. That's what's going to come up next. But the overall point is that the guy can make big plays, and I think that's one of the biggest things. That's one of the biggest things I think about it is that a person that can make plays. You can't. I'm telling you, the whole point of a game, like I said earlier, it's a heartbeat, man. People that have never like been out there and played, like you know what I'm saying, like you can't understand the heartbeat of it. You can't, like you can't, like you can give me X's and O's. You can show me what the map looks like, but you can't tell me where to go. You ain't been through it. How the hell are you gonna tell me where to go in the maze when you ain't been through it? But you can show me a map. Nigga, you ain't never been. You don't know what's down there. You don't know. You ain't. Man, it's dragon. The map don't show the dragons. You know what I'm saying? You can't make you leave the horse water, but you can't make them drink, man. And these people nowadays excuse me, these front office people are starting to see what they invested in, man. It was a good investment. And I know Dion Primetime scares them away. I know. Believe me, I know. I know dads of amazing athletes. They scare people, man. They do. They scare people, especially active dads, because they know the child that they have. They know they especially if they've been around the coaching, like real ones, like they know what they have. They know what they have, and they know like Dion. Dion did the little things. Dion did the little things which made him able to make big plays. He did the things they're supposed to do all the time. But every once in a while he had super performances, amazing plays, right? But he did what he's supposed to do all the time. And um, his dad knew that. His dad knew that, and NFL just you know like nah, man, you just trying to get your son. You just trying to get your son some love and money. Nah, I know my son can make plays. And he's making plays. On the God, man. But the quarterback, I hate that for him. But the quarterback position is the most analyzed position, and shoot, I think in all of sports. I think out of all positions in sports, the quarterback position is probably analyzed the worst. It's tough. You're being broken down for every little thing you do. So, um, big ups to Shedeur, and hopefully now they let him off. My guys, man, T-Wolves winning right now, man. My boys winning right now, man. Yeah. So as we transition over to the NBA. Earlier, I gave a shout out to Isaiah Thomas, and I want to give a shout out to his team, the Detroit Pistons. We're not sure if that's his team now, but the team he came from, the team he put on the map, Detroit Pistons, because they what are they? Well, let me see here. They 15-2, man. They 15-2, dog. Are the people that watch basketball listening to what I'm saying? The Detroit Pistons are 15-2. That's what I was talking about. They on a 13-win streak, boy. Boy. They on a 13-win streak, boy. You know what I'm saying? Hey, I'm loving the NBA back again. The one thing you know what I'm saying, I'm back in the high school program, so you know what I mean. I'll be watching games, you know what I'm saying, scouting and stuff like that. That's what I do. So I'll be tuning in as much as I can. But yeah, Detroit 15-2 though. They just been winning games, bro. OKC. I mean, hands up, bro. And everybody ain't. Is Williams back yet? I'm not sure. I didn't check to see if Williams was back yet. I didn't see if he would be, but they were doing all this winning without. Come on, man. That's gonna be crazy. Who's gonna take them down, man? They're on a 9-winner. They're on a 9-win streak. My boys, Lakers 12-4. That's not bad though. You know what I'm saying? So they was holding it down before LeBron even came back. You know what I'm saying? So you know, he's been back. They probably ain't gonna lose. Everybody cracking though, man. I mean, T-Wolves 10-6 side. It's okay. We'll take it. We'll take it. But watch it. Watch yourself. Okay. But yeah. So but Ant, you're still the face of the league, bro, coming up. So keep doing your thing. Julius Randle, you know how I feel. Your game is transcended from what it was before. And I think now you're more of an elite player, more complete player. So Rudy Gobert, you soft shit. I always talk about Rudy though. The Nuggets is 13-4. What's the name said? Who was it? Wait. What your boy say? Hey, your boy said, he said, man, look, dude be doing it effortlessly, bro. He said, dude, John Wall says that it makes him upset that Joker can just effortlessly do what he do. And my thing about this, my takeaway from this is that and I'm gonna close it out soon, man. I ain't gonna stay on basketball that long, on the NBA that long. But I was thinking about this too. Joker is the equivalent of like a pitcher for baseball. Like I always, for me, right? Because I always used to be like, like there'd be pitchers, man. They'd be like big dudes, they look like couch potatoes, man. They got the big guts and shit. Maybe they like the illest pitcher in the game. I'm like, dang, what's his name? I forgot what his name. Big Hurt, not Big Hurt. I forgot what his name is. But one dude, he looked like a big old dude, man. I'm like, dang. And so like, Joker is like, he slimmed down a little bit, but still, he still looks like a big dude. And for him to be such a universal piece of the floor of the basketball, like he contributes on every category, like checks off every box, and for him to be that size is insane. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean? Like that was crazy. You know what I'm saying? But and I think John Walls is kind of saying that to show that a guy can just be just dominating in every area against, and he's from somewhere else, Slovenia, I think it is. Sorry if I'm wrong, but where he's from, and just dominating the United States people. That's the point I'm taking from it, because what it says is like y'all young people better watch out. Y'all better be, and that's why I'm trying to help bring back the little things, learning how to do the little things, man, just within life itself, intertwining within life itself. Because even when you get up to that level or pro level, if anybody got cross paths, any young people I cross paths with have the opportunity to make that happen. Just make sure you pay attention to the little things and learn how to do the little things. It'll take you further than anything else. You know what I mean? I feel like one of the things about the NBA that I love right now, I'm seeing a lot of good defense. I remember back in the day when the All-Star game. I remember when the All-Star game used to be like, it was fun for like 3 quarters. And in the fourth quarter, they be knocking each other on the ground. You know what I'm saying? They be locking each other up at half court, double team, triple team, you know what I'm saying? Help recover, you know what I'm saying? Help D. You know what I mean? Smacking shit off into the stands and shit. I remember that. You know what I'm saying? I remember that era. And I think now it's starting to get back that way because I've seen a lot of good defensive play. You know what I'm saying? Like the team coming down, man coming over from the help side with the block. You know what I'm saying? Come back down the next time, turnover. And it's good to see that in the NBA, man. It's good to see people playing good defense and taking the game seriously again. Like I said, it's important for us to know the little things. And once you get up to the pro level, the more you're able to do the little things, the more amazing about the game looks. And that's all I'm saying. I mean, when the ball moves, it just looks amazing. It does. And the more we can get that on the floor, the better. You know what I'm saying? Especially if we're paying all this money to go to NBA games and all these damn cable networks or streaming networks we got to get to watch the games. But y'all better make them people. Y'all better write some contracts up to make them people play some good basketball because I'm trying to watch some good basketball. Let's go. But thank you guys, man. Let me close it out on that level. It's an hour. You know what I mean? I went over an hour, but so what? It's Thailand TV, baby. Thank you guys for watching. I appreciate it. One love to all my sports fans, man. Get out here and watch basketball. Get out here and watch football. I think baseball just probably ended a few weeks ago, but get out here and watch some college, man. College game is really nutty, and you already know how I feel. Get your ass out here to Apple Valley and watch my Apple Valley boys do their thing, man. Watch them crack off, baby. It's gonna be a fun time. I'm posting more videos tonight. I posted one earlier today, but I'm posting more videos tonight and tomorrow. Yeah, man, it's going down, man. Apple Valley. So shout out to my boys, man. Shout out to these people in our program at Apple Valley, the staff and the coaches that run things with these kids and making a good program. I do want to give a shout out real quick as I close. I'm gonna close on this. Pete, I appreciate you, man. I appreciate you. I think you did a great job. Anything can always be better, but I think the mindset that you went in with is the mindset that you always stayed with, and nobody can ever take that from you. And I appreciate you, bro. So I just wanted to give you your flowers, man. Holler back at you, bro. And on that note, you know what I mean? It's your boy. This house, man. I'm about to here. Watch Thursday night as I come on here. You know what I'm saying? You know I'm gonna crack some heads. You know what I'm saying? You know I'm cracking the heads, ladies. You know what I'm saying? Put the wigs on tight. I'm gonna crack some heads on Thursday. I'll let your boy, man. I'm about to here, man. Good night, man. So I can watch the rest of my boys play. I'm out.